And this is here. So just for line.
Dr. Abuelaish, is that how it's pronounced?
Whatever you want.
Okay, I'm Dr. Dupont.
Yeah, thank you.
Nice to meet you. So nice to meet you. I'm a retired physician. I hurt my back 7 years ago, and out of boredom, I started doing a radio show. I was trained in communications at Cornell. And in my radio show, I try to make it socially significant to try to help the world heal. So you're my best guest.
Thank you, my pleasure and honor to connect with you as a human, as a medical doctor who practices medicine and values health.
Yes, and I too treated any patient as a person, I understand.
As a human, and to value human life, and how much do we work hard to save one's life? Because medicine, and what is health? Health is freedom. Health is life. Health is wellness and well-being. Health is justice. Medicine has one face, one culture, one value. It's a human being, which is the most holy and the precious thing in the universe. Medicine is the human equalizer and stabilizer. We can use medicine and health as an engine to promote the human peace which is missing in this world, because health is highly valued by all people in this world. When we treat patients inside any hospital, if you go any hospital here in the States and go inside, you treat them all equally in spite of the differences in the ethnic background, names, religions. The only difference is the diagnosis, and the treatment is designed according to the diagnosis. For me, I deliver babies as a gynecologist and obstetrician. The happiest moment in my life when I handle the baby to his mother. The cry of the newborn baby is the cry of a new hope. A new life is coming. No difference between the cry of the Muslim, Jewish, Christian, Druze. Is a new life is coming. All of the time I was asking myself, what world are we preparing for the newborn baby? What legacy do we want to inherit these children? And that's important to use it. Health is an engine for the journey to human peace.
That's right, and as physicians we heal, so we know what it takes to heal.
We practice it, and we need this message. Doctors are messengers of humanity and messengers of peace.
Yes.
Of giving and sharing and connecting and listening to others and showing passion to our patients.
We understand that. We just need to take a stand in the world.
And that's what is important. What can we use? Because now health, as I said, health is life. Health depends on who are you and where are you. And when we set up the treatment, we take the right diagnosis, we take the history, not to blame the patient, but to have accurate diagnosis in order to set up the right treatment. So instead of blaming our patients, instead of blaming other people about what is happening in their world, what can we do to take action to help? And in medicine, it's important. We focus mostly on the prevention of diseases. We don't want to treat, we want to prevent. Prevention is the most efficient and effective mean. Health depends on who are you and where are you. Who are you as a person and where are you? The determinants of health that we are learning, it's the environment and the lifestyle.
And certainly stress will not make you think clear.
Of course, we need to be healthy, strong physically, mentally, spiritually, in order to challenge the life challenges we are facing in this world. Not to be drowning or sinking once we face the first challenge.
I have some questions to ask you from like an emotional standpoint, from a career standpoint, and from a political standpoint. Okay?
Yes.
So I want to start a little bit with the emotional stuff. Okay. You gravitated towards being a healer. As a child, were you encouraged to love the Israelis? Were you encouraged to, really, were you your parents, your family, what did they try to tell you as a young child?
It's not what my parents are telling me. What did I experience in my life? As a Palestinian child who was born and raised in refugee camps, as a child, the children are born for what? To enjoy their life. I never experienced or tasted my childhood as if I was born to experience the misery of life.
The reason why I asked you this particularly is because I was born in New York Jewish, and my grandparents, survivors of the concentration camps. So the family I was brought into tried to tell me that everybody who wasn't Jewish was bad and out to get us, and I never agreed with that.
I will tackle that, which is important. What did you say? So I was struggling on daily basis just to survive. I want to survive. I want to live. And our parents, what did they teach us? To realize one thing: we lost everything, but we didn't lose hope in you. And the only way in front of you is education. So you must be educated in order to get rid of the misery of life. And I was fighting all of the time. How can I succeed to get my education? And I say it, in this world, someone can oppress, can occupy, can deprive, whatever, but no one can prevent us from dreaming. The suffering in this world, I say it loudly, it's man-made. What your parents told you, because they experienced, and they are survivors of the Holocaust, they experienced it, and they lived it, they suffered it, and they told it to you. So you feel it's contagious. Hatred is contagious.
Yes, but I didn't catch it. I disagreed
It's not
with
catch.
that.
It's not to disagree. You tried not to impact you, not to let that to impact you. But it's painful to you to see your parents suffering, intimidated, humiliated by another group of people. It's painful. It's contagious. It's not fake. It's real. They experienced it. So it's contagious to someone else. But we need, how can you be resilient not to impact you and to move forward beyond it? And I will challenge what happened, and I will not allow it to go deeper
Did
inside.
your parents encourage you to study?
Of course, our parents encouraged me to study. And that's the Palestinian people. They value education. They sacrifice everything
You know
for
what?
the sake of education.
So do the Jewish people.
Yeah, so that it's good what you mentioned, the similarities between people, between a human being. Education is the light. Education is the only way to move beyond the darkness.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what is needed in this world. Education, education, education.
Did you cry as a child?
Of course.
Did
Sometimes.
They didn't tell you not to cry?
Of course, I was crying even because I want to succeed. I want to get rid of this misery. It's painful as a child, as I said, not to taste your childhood. Even when I was at the school, I want to be the first. I have to succeed. I want to challenge. I want to save my family. I want to be a teacher, a doctor, to get a better job.
In what you grew up, did they try to suppress your emotions and grief?
No, I was, even when I used to have a math problem in the class, I have to be the first to go to correct it to the teacher. And if I wasn't the first, I cry. I am an emotional person, and I encourage my children, and we need to express our emotions. We should not suppress our emotions.
Well, in Gaza today, are they letting their children cry? Or are they telling their children not to cry?
Of course, the children are crying everywhere. Children, but we need to allow everyone in this world to express his or her emotions, but at the same time, not to express, also to help them to change the environment in which led to these emotions, to this suffering. As you know, no one like you know, if a patient who is sick, to treat them in the best hospitals in any place, and to send them back to the same neighborhood in which they live, homeless, deprived, unemployed, it doesn't make any difference. If you want to change the environment and the context in which they live, then they don't need to be treated at the hospital. Prevention is the most important.
Okay, I'm going to take a little break and go now to your work, your career. Okay, when did you start to get in the media, to start to use the media as a tool to help?
When I used to work in Israel, And I was exposed to the media from my life, my work as a Palestinian doctor, worked in Saudi Arabia, worked in Israel. I was the first Palestinian to practice medicine in Israel. So I have many media interviews about my work and the role of health and medicine in bridging the human relationship, in connecting the people together, that medicine has a universal, a human language. So I used to have that, which I believed in it in early 90s.
So it just built up until you
Yes.
got very well known. And in your everyday work now, what do you do when you're in Toronto?
I am in Toronto. I am associate professor at the School of Public Health, where I am teaching graduate students. I have 3 courses. One course is women and women's health in countries in conflict. The second course, which I believe in, health, an engine for the journey to human peace, because peace is a journey, as health is a journey. And the third course, international perspectives on health services management. And I am focused these days more any time before on the new socio-epidemiological diseases, violence and hatred. And just end of January, I organized a workshop about health, hatred, and well-being. I think hatred is a disease and is a public health issue, and we need to tackle it from a public health point of view.
Good. Okay, now back to what happened when your apartment was bombed. Do you think the attempt was deliberate at your household, or was it a mistake?
As doctors, when I have patients at the hospital, I deal with the case, with what happened. It doesn't matter for me if it is deliberate or by accident. It's the impact. The impact for human lives, 4 girls, innocent girls, were killed for nothing they did. There was no reason to be killed, and I have to handle it in that way and to prevent any more deaths, whether the cause is intentionally or by mistake.
So did you ever think that it might have been an attack on you?
It doesn't matter for me. It doesn't make a difference on the impact.
You prefer not to just think about it?
No, I don't. It doesn't. Does it matter? Does it change the impact? Tell me, if it is.
Well, it's your experience.
If it is incidentally, it's incident, or if it is intentionally, does it make a difference if you use this way or the other? It's the responsibility. But who knows that?
Just to your personal safety, I'm asking.
Yeah, no, but who is responsible about that? To admit if it was incidental or intentional? Who knows that?
Well.
No, I am asking. Tell me, who knows that?
The commander of the tanks.
Yes. So you need to direct this question, if he is honest and courageous, to admit, and I will accept any answer. I need the truth and the honesty from that commander to say it. But for me, I will tell you, I moved beyond that. It's not in my mind. It's not my mind.
I understand. I don't want to push you there. I was just wondering.
No, not to push me. It's beyond. I am, far beyond that. I am focused on the loss of my daughters. I lost 3 daughters, 1 niece, and thanks God, I am beyond that.
What happened with your daughter, Shada? Can she see from that eye now?
She can see with her mind, with her brain. She lost the sight in her right eye, 2 malformed fingers, but she didn't lose the direction and the compass. To be determined, to be successful girl and a student. Shada now, next year she will get her first degree in electrical and computer engineering from the University of Toronto. That's the message, that's the challenge.
What did Basan want to become?
She was about to get her BA a few months later after she was killed.
In what? What was her intention?
In business and economics.
Economics. So your family doesn't live with depression, they live with determination.
Thanks God. Depression has no way. Depression has no way to our minds, to our hearts, to our spirit. We are moving beyond that. We are at a different stage. We are at a different stage, We are resilient to beyond what we started before.
I want to make sure we're still recording. Yes, we are. Okay. Sorry. Have you met that little girl, Malala?
No.
No. Maybe your children would like to meet her.
Why?
Well, kindred spirit.
No, she is a wonderful girl. She suffered. She sacrificed, which is great. What is she doing even for the sake of education of girls and women? Hope she can join Daughters for Life, because I suffered and the 3 daughters and 1 niece were killed, as I said, for nothing they did. And hope the world and the political leaders who adopted Malala to support her mission, to save her life, to adopt Daughters for Life, and to give Shada, who suffered at least the same as Malala, Bisan, who was killed, Mayar, who was killed, Noor, who was killed, and my niece Noor and Aya, who was killed, if they can be strong advocate of the message Daughters for Life is carrying and moving forward with.
Yes.
And to do the human message, because this is the message of Daughters for Life. It's a human message. It's not political message.
Do you expect to see peace in your lifetime in the Middle East?
You are a doctor, and I'm a doctor. We will never lose hope.
I'd say no. I would say that the prognosis for that is guarded. That in our
today.
In our lifetime.
No. I don't think.
You're more optimistic about it?
I don't see that. I don't think that. We contained disease. We contained it.
Mm-hmm.
We fought against cancer, and we found recovery against cancers and many diseases that yesterday they don't have a treatment, but today we have a treatment. But with goodwill, with hope, with determination and action, and sincere efforts, we can find the cure, where we discover the treatment to be provided to all patients, not to a certain segment. And that's the word. When you speak about peace, we solved many conflicts in this world. It's not the only conflict in the world. There were many conflicts before, through the history, the centuries we live. France, Germany, UK, Ireland, South Africa, everywhere. There were many, and they were solved. But we need to change the course of the treatment, because peace, it's not a word. First, peace is not a word. It's an action. To believe in it, and to fight for it, and to work for it. Peace means justice, is freedom, is equality, is respect. Peace is not by force. We don't force any patient to get the treatment. We encourage the patients to get the treatment. We explain to them what are the benefits of this treatment. We do counseling to help them. It should be by choice. Medication should be by choice, and peace should be by choice. Peace that is not just and good for one, it must be just and good for all, and be accepted by all.
Do you think that it's outside intervention is going to help there, or
of course, because peace in the Middle East, as peace everywhere, stability in the Middle East is reflected on the stability of the world. Because conflict, hatred, and violence and fear, they cross barriers. When we tackle any conflict, any hatred in any part of the world, we protect ourselves. So we need to give hand outside in order to be safe. The world is becoming smaller and smaller. These days, we all in this world, we are living and riding one boat. So we must not allow anyone to do harm to this boat.
Now you're in Sarasota, where actually there's a large amount of elderly Jewish people here. Are you aware of that?
I am coming to meet people, as American people. Why do we want to carry these labels? This is Jewish, this is a Christian. There are good people here in this world, and it's a human. No difference between American Jewish, American Christian, American Muslims. There are people here, and it's time to see the people, not to go to the divide, to label some people. Label them how you treat me, how you welcome me, and how we handle.
As far as the message from Obama and the people who are pro-Israel, the people who are against Israel, Do you want to address that?
No, anyone, I say to people, the freedom of Israel, the security of Israel, the safety of Israel is linked to the freedom, safety, security of the Palestinians.
Of course.
It's not dependent on it. It's not dependent on the safety, security, and the future of the Palestinians. And there is no way we, as Palestinians and Israelis, we are like conjoined twins.
How can I help you spread the word?
You can spread it. I would love this message to be heard. President Obama, as he welcomed Malala, he welcomed Malala. He read about my book. He spoke about the book. I want him to look in the eyes of his daughters. What can he do if his daughters to read my book, and what is he going to say to them? If they asked him, what did you do for Bisan, Mayar, Aya, and Noor? To promote humanity, to promote justice, and to bring these girls justice. I want him to join this message, which will help him, and it will be his message. That's what I'm urging the political leaders to join this message and to promote it. This is the only way if we want to bring and to give the human face to this world.
Would you like to be a guest speaker at medical organizations or political organizations?
I am a doctor to promote this message. This is my mission in life.
Would you like
anywhere I am ready.
Would you like me to help you get, like, I'm friends with higher up people? Would you like?
I am ready. Believe, we need to communicate with each other. We need to listen to each other to spread the message. So because this world is endemic. Our enemies are our ignorance, our arrogance. We need to clarify any misinformation, any misunderstanding from goodwill.
So that's a yes, that you're.
Yes, I am ready
you're
to
open
go
to speaking
to any people in this world. No difference for me. Anyone, whether Muslims, whether Christians,
the American College of Surgeons.
Anyone. I am ready. It's not my message. It's everyone's message. It's a human message, and it's time for doctors to spread it, and we can be the engine, as I believe in. Doctors are messengers of humanity.
Okay. I am going to work on helping you. I have people high up. I'm going to work on it.
I am for there because I swore to my daughters when I saw them killed. I swore to them I will never rest. I will never relax. I will never give up. I will never forget you till I meet you. To prove to the world that this tragedy was for good and will be invested for good. But how? Wisdom, kind, courageous words to spread this message, and the good deeds. So that's my mission in life.
Okay.
And hope you can join us to be part of it, to be part of this message, to spread it in this world.
I'm going to send this interview to the head of the Arab Service News at BBC, and to the people, a lot of people.
Thank you.
Okay, and I hope that we can stay in touch.
No,
you look for me on Twitter, you answer my emails, such
I respond to emails. We need to respect each other and to look for each other, to take care. Thank
All right,
you.
put this away, my contact information.
No, thank you.
It's wonderful that I met you and that I have a chance to help you and help your daughters.
No, thank you.
Heal.
Thank you.
Heal.
Thank
help
you.
your
We
family
need to help
heal.
others. Believe me, I am healed, but I want to heal others. I am healed, but I care about others, and I want others to be healed, not to suffer. I succeeded in my life, but I feel how many millions of people, whether Palestinians, Israelis, Americans, everywhere in the world who are suffering, and they face tragedies. So I will never forget these people. I want to give them hand. When I heard about Sandy, a tragedy in the school when their girls were killed, I felt outraged. I saw in these girls my daughters.
Maybe you should go to there and speak to that community.
Any community, if it is organized in a good way to promote this message, and that's what I urge.
Education for the children.
Sandy, for everyone. So I would appreciate that.
I'm going to work on it.
Thank you.
Because this is the only legacy I leave. I have no children.
I would love that. Thank you so much.
Okay, go. They want you over there.
Thank you, and to keep in touch.
I'm going to be at the.
When have you been in Egypt?
Oh, a long time ago, maybe 15 years ago. A local Egyptian doctor, Dr. Shahawi, took a whole group over there, like 30, 40 doctors.
Because I studied in Egypt.
I know. I have a friend from he's in Tampa, Fauzi Solomon, surgeon. He's from Egypt.
No, I studied in Cairo University. I
He's-
got my MD from Cairo.
Yeah, I know.
Are you
I know.
family physician? What kind of physician are you?
Oh, I did 3 years of training in general surgery and then stopped. So I was a general practitioner.
Yeah, that's good. No, I did my obstetrics and gynecology.
I know. I read the
That's
last
good.
2 days I've been studying.
So do you
on
live in Sarasota?
Yeah, Longboat Key. And
If you come to Toronto, it's more than welcome.
we're going to stay in touch.
Yeah,
okay?
please. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.